All right, guys, I'm here at Stay Sharp Barbershop. About to get my hair cut and my beard trimmed. So let's go inside and introduce you to my man Charles, and we'll talk about what we're gonna do. All right, guys, so we're here at Stay Sharp Barbershop, about to get the haircut and the beard trimmed a little bit. So I'm gonna have a whole video coming out in a couple months about the first actual beard trim that you wanna do. Right now, I'm at about 7 weeks, and in all actuality, I don't need a full beard trim, and what I mean by beard trim is an actual addressing the entire beard, the shape, the length, the style, everything involved in that. So I'm not there yet, but if you take a look at the sides of my face, right where the sideburns meet the hair, and my neckline, which I did a video a couple weeks ago about the neckline, establishing that neckline, but also keeping it clean. So what we're gonna do today, this is my man Charles.
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
At Stay Sharp Barbershop here in Tomball, Texas. So what we're gonna do today is I actually intentionally let the hair and the beard, everything get a little bit shaggy, because what I wanted to do on this one was, even though I don't need a full shaping and a full trim on the beard, what we do wanna do is show you how the haircut and keeping the sideburns and the cheeks and the neck and keeping everything clean, how it all ties in together. We're gonna have to piecemeal this together. So I'm gonna show you kind of how things work in stages. So first thing we're gonna do is gonna sit down, get the haircut, get that styled a little bit, and then we'll come back on and Charles is gonna talk. We'll get the camera on a tripod and he'll talk about how he's just gonna clean this up a little bit, clean the neck up as far as the length, but not diminishing the line that I've established. So we'll come back in just a little bit with the hair trimmed and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so the haircut's done, a little bit shorter, but now one of the things you can see, okay, when you look at the sides, is now we've got this stark difference between the beard length right here, where it's looking, you know, it's fine, but compared to the haircut, okay, it needs to be trimmed up a little bit. So all we're gonna do is Charles is gonna taper this, just clean that up a little bit, and then also the neckline. We're not gonna change the neckline at all, because down the road that's gonna add body and thickness to the underside of the beard, but he's just gonna taper that up because this looks a little bit messy. So we're just gonna basically thin this out just a tiny little bit so it looks nice and clean. And then instead of being such a, you know, almost bald and then long beard, you're just gonna taper this in and smooth that up just a little bit. All right.
Here we go. So we're getting ready to take care of this beard. Like you said, there's obviously a great deal of hair on the side, and we're just going to taper that in. So this is the best thing that I like to do when I I don't know if y'all can see it, but usually take my guards or my blades, whichever one you feel comfortable with, and all we're going to do is just basically do the exact same thing with the blend, but we're just going to do it right here, but we're going to stay within this area because we don't want to cut into the beard. So this is my 2-blade. Take a little bit of it off. Now you see that it's blending in a little bit better. So you still see there's a difference between those two margins, I guess you can call it. And I'm just going to continuously, gradually take the hair down, working within the same space to make a taper where the beard tapers into the hair. And I always like to work my way down versus working my way up, because you don't have to battle lines and you can see the gradual blending of the beard. And there we have it, folks. So there's still a little bit right here, but we're going to take care of that with clean it up with with my other pair of clippers. So what we do is, see how the hair grows this way. We try to follow make everything as natural as possible so that it gets the full time of the beard edge up, I guess you could say. So we want everything to grow as natural as possible. We don't want any new growth. We want everything to look as natural as possible, so that there's no harsh lines or anything along that nature. So the hair grows just like this. So this is the scope. This is the jawline follows just like that. So we always follow the jawline to make sure that everything, like I said, grows in uniform and fashion. We don't cut it too much into it, we're just trimming around the edges. Is it showing up on camera, Toya?
Yeah, you got me in it. I don't want to be in it.
You don't want to be? Oh. What are people gonna be like, hey, who's that cutting in the background? Who's that stud? Still brushing it back because after we leave here, you know you're gonna wash your face, you're gonna end up, things are gonna get a little bit messy, so you wanna make sure you get all the stray hairs. All right, let's see that. So then we're gonna show a comparison to the other side of what it used to look like. Oh, let me see, right there. Is he still in it? There we go, yeah. Just like that. All right, now we're gonna work along this part right here, keeping this as wide as possible because we don't want to cut into the beard. Like I said, we just want to trim up the little wild hairs right here at the top. So I start right here with the sideburns to make sure that we fall into the natural hairline, because you see how it curves in like that. There we have it on this part right here. So we're gonna put a line right here at the bottom. Yeah, brushing it down.
The lines there, right?
Yeah. There we go. So you just have to redo the same thing on the other side. We don't do your mustache, do we?
Usually this whole other side.
Do you hold this up?
Yeah.
Okay. Go back to this side. So we're going to taper this part right here, right?
That's it.
So I'm going to taper it, but I'm going to freehand it because I don't want to cut into it with my clippers because that's going to take too much length off. So you have to tread lightly as to, we're trying to keep every hair that we possibly can until the beard grows in fully, because you don't want to lose any of that you worked so hard for. So that the line, so we're just softening up the line just a little bit.
Mom.
Just so everything grows in a little bit neater. And like what I like to do also is to trim the wild hairs right here. So I brush it down, step back a little bit to see what I need to cut and what I don't need to. Really just staying right here mostly because we're trying to get the beard to grow full this way. You don't want an afro on your face. You want a beard. Came to the mirror. Make sure that's what his expectations are.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Shut it off.
Press off.
Well, so what we'll do next, he's gonna do the other side, and then once we get it all cleaned up, I'll come back on and we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
All right, guys, so got back from the barber and took a shower, got everything cleaned up. So this is the result. This is what I wanted to talk to you about, and that's why I let myself get so scruffy intentionally, is now that we're back, fresh haircut, nice blend, you know, right there where, you know, where the beard, the sideburns kind of meet the hair. I keep everything pretty short as far as the haircut goes, so now we've got a nice blend. We cleaned up the neck without changing the neck line that I want. You know, so some of this I could have done at home, but I was at the barber getting my haircut anyway. He knows how to work on my beard. So it was a good opportunity to just get everything a little bit clean without shortening the beard. So I just wanted to show you that. You know, like I said, it got cleaned up, so all I'm gonna do now is wrap everything up with just a little bit of beard oil, digging the beard struggle right now. So because it's so short, you don't need very much, 4 or 5 drops. Get that on the fingertips. And this is really just to keep everything hydrated. I work it in real close to the skin. Okay, comb or brush, doesn't really matter. I'm at about 7 weeks of growth right now, so I can start using the comb, okay? I'm not really in too much of a need of a balm just yet because I don't really have enough length to style it. I don't need any real control. But compared to the before picture at the start of the video and to now, so this is how you keep everything looking sharp while you're growing everything out instead of it just looking like a big mess. Hope it helps.